We have Margaret. Yes, Margaret, you're welcome.
Is not final and failure is not fatal. It's the courage to count. All protocol observed. A good evening to you all.
Margaret, were you speaking too fast, or it's me just thinking you're very fast?
Success is not final and failure is not fatal. It is the courage that counts. A good evening to you all.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
First of all, I'm so happy to be here, and I'll first appreciate the Youth Approach Initiative for giving me a chance to give you my views. And I'll start by defining a dream. And to me, a dream is something that you have like maybe it is something that you yearn to be, something that you yearn to be called, something like, giving an example, I've yearned all my life to be called a counsel, and I am here to achieve that dream. I yearn to be called a counsel, or I yearn to be called a lawyer. Now, first of all, for the start, to achieve your dream, you need to know your dream. You can't achieve a dream you don't know. You can't. You can't come and tell someone that I want to achieve my dream, and that person asks you, what is your dream? And you also say, I don't know, but we'll get there. You have to know your dream. That brings me to a point of having a mentor. Like, a mentor is that person who gives you the courage to keep going, who gives you the advice on what to do. If you have a mentor, it's more easier to solve problems. One person said, was it? I don't remember. The first speaker said, you have to overcome challenges. And one person asked a question that, what if I overcome a challenge and that challenge goes on, like it comes back? If that challenge is still there, then my dear, you have not overcome it. You have not. You need to strive to continue and you overcome that challenge.
Margaret, upon that point, it seems you have some more points for us to do with that challenge, because somebody asked that when the challenge keeps on and on. Do you have any idea, any knowledge, any advice?
Yes, and if you're going through something and you maybe to take it on a personal side, if you're going through, let me say, an addiction, it is a challenge, and if you think you have overcome that addiction and you take some time and you're not doing that thing that you have been calling an addiction, you may think that you have overcome it, but suddenly it has just rested its case. It's still coming back for you.
Okay. You can proceed, I think. Is that clear? All right.
The other thing is be God-fearing. There is no, like, most of the people have passed through, have been successful, have achieved their dreams because they put God first in everything that comes. If you put God first, now, can you put your mother first? It's God that gives your mother knowledge. Now, why don't you get from the source? You have to get from the source. God is the creator. He created your mom. You want your mom to give you some advice before you praying to God. You have to first seek the advice from God. Then if you feel you're not getting an answer, maybe that answer is going to be through your mom or your mentor or a friend or a teacher. That takes me to about I keep going backwards and about knowing a dream. I can give you a reference of a man called Napoleon. This man went to a military school at 10 years of age, and he wasn't a noble, and he wasn't a son of a noble, and he wasn't a son of a clergy, and it had many challenges. People like those sons of the nobles were telling him, you're poor, you're a peasant, you're a beggar, and now you're studying in us, but them, I will one day rule the whole. It is because he had a dream of ruling the whole world. It is because that he got out of the military school, became a commander, signed treaties, and finally he became an emperor, and he started annexing very many cities because he knew his dream. And another point is work hard. You can't dream and just sit and you think you're going to your dream. No, you have to work hard. How? If you're in school and you want to be something like a doctor, you don't like think or a lawyer, you don't think that BCM is something to joke with. You see people doing it and passing, but they don't just get it out of nowhere. They work hard, they read, they spend sleepless nights. So if you are hardworking, maybe someone can even recognize you. Like there is a point where we feel like we are outworking ourselves, and we think that all things have failed. But we see that if someone has seen you, you're striving, you read the whole night, you have not passed a paper, that teacher can say, this girl is very hardworking. What is the issue? You see, that's where we'll get a chance of a teacher helping you more than that one who is seated on himself. The teacher is not seeing any progress. You're not seeing that, like, you're not caring. If you don't care, then it will be very hard for people to care about you. It also brings me to a point of taking opportunities. I'm here standing before you because I took an opportunity, and this opportunity is speaking before you all. And if that is how I'm going to be in court, addressing the judges, addressing my fellow lawyers, and addressing the people reporting the case, and those in support of the case, and those who are not in support of the case, take opportunity. In literature, we read a book called The Monoso Sets. It talks about a girl called Obi. She got out of her village as ambitious. She wanted to achieve her dream. Remember, she had taken 2 years without getting a university admission, and she was very curious to know why. But when she reached university, she worked hard at some point, and she always worked hard, but she found this handsome guy called Chike, and the guy courted him. The guy got her pregnant, and the guy tried to make her abort, and it did not end well because she was tempted to know. First of all, this girl was a virgin. She was tempted. She was curious. She was, what can I say? She was tempted to getting into sexual intercourse just because she wanted to know how it feels like to fall in love. What did you come to do? You came to study. Now, why are you meddling into other businesses? You came to study and now you're like, the girl has a boyfriend. She eats everything she wants. I think, let me try. My dear, you will die from there. You will die from there. So avoid temptation. Do research. Something like some people in this world want people who are informed. You find a person asks you, what do you want to be? I want to be a lawyer. What does a lawyer do? I'm not sure, but I want to be a lawyer. Be informed, do research. Just take an opportunity from those lawyers and tell them, what do you do in court? What do you do if you cannot take part in court sessions, or you are too busy, or there is no platform for you to take part in a court session? Just ask a person and tell them, what do you people really do? Do research. Like, what do you people really like? How do you people get the information that you get? How do you people speak, or like, how do you get the impression to give to the judge so that the judge makes a decision? It gives me another point of choosing friends carefully. Some of us, okay, you cannot know that this friend is this and this, but if you get to know what your friend really is, even if that person, or tell them, or take them into, if they fail, because we try in many ways because we love the people we are with. But if we have failed to put that person in the right path, we should go the other direction. We should not fail with them. One of my last points.
Actually, lastly,
use your time carefully. Some people are here at school, and most of the time they take is to talk to friends, laugh, think of things that are not adding to them. Some people here are just like they take lessons, they take only lessons, like no discussions. But if you use your time carefully, you take a step. You take a step forward each and every day. Even if you read one page of a book, trust me, it will never get out of your mind. You will always remember what you have read if you give yourself time. I had many points, but
yes.
we are valuing time.
Thank you so
The
much.
very last, I'm sorry.
Yes.
On my side, I can't tell you to get a role model when I don't have one. It's called Shamim Malende. You see, there is a time where they even broke her legs, the wheelchair, just because she was fighting for justice.
I think those details about.
Okay, my role model is Shamim Malende. Get a person to motivate you, that whenever you feel like you're going down, you look at that person and say, this person succeeded, and why don't I take the chance to also be like that person? Because that person is your role model. Believe you can, and you are halfway there. Never give up. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Margaret. Honorable Shamim inspires you. She's strength, determined, and following what she do. Right? Okay. Thank you so much, Margaret. Due to time, let's give our last participant to wind up, and then we end our debate and dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to recognize members from the Youth Approach Initiative, the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff, and the audience. Thank you so much for this grand opportunity. My name is Arupe Caroline, Senior 5 class.
Okay.
The topic of discussion today is how best can you achieve your success? Yeah, I must say thanks to my fellows. You have really given us a lot of ideas about how we can achieve our success. And I am not going to add anything on that, but I'm just going to say that first, God should be your priority. He should be your first priority. because the hard work, the determination, the role models and everything. The Bible in the book of Proverbs says that commit thy works unto the hands of the Lord, and he shall establish your thoughts. So I would like to urge you to first trust in God and believe that he's the one who can do everything for you, because you do not get to write your purpose. God is the molder of a machine. He's the one who knows how it should work. Which button do you press so that it turns on? And God is your molder. He's your creator. He's your inventor. He's the one who gets to know, where can I put my daughter Caroline? Where can I put my son Moses? Anyone. And you know that he has the power to change what no man can change. Yeah, so that's what I can give to sum up that. But I would like to say what has not been said, and that is fear. Yes, one thing that makes people lose their way in life or their way to their goal or their success is fear. Just because of your past experiences about something, or because of what you know about something, or you've seen so many things in our lives affect our feelings, maybe positively or negatively, and these things tend to make us fear. But I am here to give you a remedy to fear. That is faith. Faith drives away fear, because fear prevents you from attempting. You even fear to venture, because in fact you limit yourself because you fear. Because you see that my sister did not make it, I too cannot make it. No, you're two different people. She's someone different, you're someone different. And you two have different destinies. So, fear is a self-imposed prison. You put yourself in prison. You even fear to express your feelings because you fear, just because of your experiences. And brothers and everybody in this house is that do not fear, because it is one way to achieve your success. See yourself in something, because what comes to your mind is demanding you to tell you nothing occurs in your mind without God. If God has told you that you have the ability to be a doctor, he makes you even see problems associated to health. So if you do not go for that because you fear, do you see that you've failed God's purpose in you?
Okay.
You fail what God had planned. God had said you are going to be the one going to stop maybe the high mortality rate of women during giving birth. But because you see that the BCM students are always in class and you cannot manage that kind of lifestyle. Actually, this has rolled me to my next point. My next point was that do not be this bandwagon-driven person. Bandwagon, what I mean by bandwagon is that go where others go. I'm not going to take this discussion so far. I am just going to bring it to our understanding in school here. We all know that when you reach A level is when you get to decide the subjects that you want to take for a specific course or specific job that you want in your future. But because you come to school, you came with a dream of doing a science subject. But because you see all the time science students are in class, you say you cannot manage that. Why? Why are you limiting yourself because of other people? Your sister might have come to style that you people see that is cool. You decide that I want to join them because they are not being taught all the time. Let me tell you something. Nothing comes in a silver plate. That's what I want to tell you. Even those arts you think that are easy, I do not underrate them. They are hard. Because the Bible says clearly in the New Testament that when God gives you a temptation, he gives you a temptation that can suit your level. He doesn't give you something that he knows is going to overthrow you. He gives you something that he knows that you will overcome it. So when you came for sciences, God knew that you will overcome it. Even when this person came for her arts, God knew that she will overcome it. But because you desire that so-called kind of cool lifestyle, you decide to push back to the side that God has not planned for you. Let's always embrace God's purpose in our lives and let's chase it. because your friends say all the time sciences are studying, sciences are like this. Some of you even join them because you want to please them and you want to be with them. I personally have experience of people who are like that. But let me tell you, I've gotten the chance to hear this. Yeah, I may all the paths to success, but one path to failure is wanting to do what other people do. That's one thing I want to assure you.
Okay, Caroline, can that be your last point because of time?
Oh, please. No, like one last one.
Yes.
There are really so many.
Yes, at least
But
give us
let me
one more
wind up.
last one. Yes, thank you.
Then forget your past, please. Always forget your past. Forget the experiences that you went through in the past and focus on your future. You know, the problem with most of us, because something happened the last time, you know, this is associated with fear. You fear to attempt the next time. But why do you fear? That is your past. Let's always learn from our past. Yeah, we are products of our past and we cannot change it. But we should not be prisoners of it. Let's get out of it. We know that things happen, but do not lock up yourself in your past. Open up that prison cell today since you've gotten the chance to hear these words and venture, try out, attempt even fears. With faith, you can move even mountains. And one thing I want to urge you members is that there is something called a mind, and our mindset is more connected to God because He's the one who knows what we think all the time. No one knows what is going on in your mind right now. Or some of you may be thinking that I'm speaking nonsense or what, but I may not know, but God knows it. So if you want to change your life, if you want to venture, if you want to drive out that, you first have to change your mindset. Because how you think affects your feelings, and how you feel affects how you behave. When I talk of behavior, it affects how you will conduct, how you do your things. And you know, when you program your mind, you know, your mind is just like a computer. It's when this happens, you have to do this. That is how your mind functions. It's just like a computer system. So that is your brain basically. So if you program your mind that sciences are hard, even when you venture, you will not see any hope in them. So it begins with you having a positive attitude, and a positive attitude begins with a positive mindset. See yourself in the future and have a vision. Ask yourself, if this is what I want, how will I look in the next 2 or 5 or 10 years? Yeah, we may be here and we think that education is the only way to go, but this one is just something that I have learned from someone I am proud of for being my mentor and the person who encourages me and has given me more light about the world. You should be informed and move with the world. Biology defines it that organisms that are able to survive in a place are those ones that adapt to the changes of that environment. So, with the changing world, you need to change your mindset, you need to change your actions. Yes, those near for, and she was earning very well, but today we all know how the world is. Like someone said in the audience that you can study and you fail to get something productive to do. No, I really disagree with you. With the hands God has given you, the knowledge that you're attaining from school, you want to tell me that after coming to class, after seeing a blackboard, after being mentored by wise men of God, I am going to beg on the street? I cannot. My talk about coming to school because you're supposed to be exposed. I totally agree with her. Being exposed, but I am going to base on the side of problems. Most of us are doing computer. Most of us have phones. We know a lot of problems that people are facing today. Why can't you be that person who is going to solve that problem? Do you think that you will remain the same? Even if the academic side fails, but you have solved a problem, and that problem is going to raise you up at the end. Just imagine right now, you make up and I don't want you to look at this thing from far. I want you to look at the problems around you and use that opportunity to achieve your goal. Achieving a goal doesn't mean just getting the money, no. But it also comes with which problem have you solved? How have people around you? So let's not be driven by materials like money, no. Let's be driven by the word of God and the people around you, because you should have empathy in this life. You should see yourself in a situation and see how to solve it. Thank you so much. I really had so much to say, but brothers and sisters, let me just end there.
Thank you so much, Caroline. Thank you. That applause is to you. Let's just have like 1-2 reactions, only maybe one, is it? Then, because it's time. But we've been given the opportunity to present to you every week. So possibly, we shall still proceed with the rest, but we may be changing topics and we shall be changing the participants here. Yes, today we started a little bit late, but on the next one we shall make sure at least we utilize the time. Yes, please, sir, you have something to say. Microphone, check the mic.
The Youth Approach Initiative team, please, I want to first thank you for coming here and guiding us on what we're supposed to do. We really appreciate.
You're welcome, thank you.
And my fellow colleagues present, the audience here, a good evening. I want to say this has really been a wonderful discussion. I've enjoyed, I've learned, because the process of learning never ends. It starts from the time you step on ground, the time you are born, until the time you live here, you go on learning. So the process of learning never ends. I'm continuing to learn from the people I'm teaching, I'm learning from them, and it's a wonderful experience. I want to say we are teaching wonderful people. I didn't know we have people who have wonderful minds like these ones.
A round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This makes us proud of what we are teaching. Yes, what we are teaching is entering the minds of the people we are teaching. Yes.
Wow.
It makes us proud that we are doing some work. I want to reaffirm a few points, or not reaffirm, but re-echo just a few points that some of our key participants, key speakers talked about. Maybe I talk about first the topic of study that we looked at today, which was a dream. I should say it is a very good topic because it guides our young generation of how they are supposed to go about whatever they are doing. Because this is the right time that they are supposed to receive, or together that we are supposed to receive such a communication. And it's very good that it is inclusive, that they all are in it. I should reaffirm one thing, that everything that has been said zeroes down to an individual person. That whatever they are saying, defining a dream, being determined, living out the groups you're following God, every point they've summarized, to me it zeroes down to a person. And one person, there's a scientist, a researcher, who first formed the first successful polio vaccine. It was called Edward. That guy said that a person who will go and make his dream successful is that person who will come and make his dream, or a person who will dare to form and make the dream to come to reality. That is the person who will be able to achieve their dream. And then another person said that the only thing that will deter a person from achieving their dream is fear of failure. I'm so happy and so glad that our key participants have talked about all those things. And I want to say, hope it's not in just words. Hope even the key participants who are speaking them do really practice these things. With that, I should say thank you so much for coming and welcome once.
Thank you so very much. At this point, I'm going to request you to allow me close up the debate and dialogue. You've been so wonderful. Thank you so much for presenting. And by the way, if you need a picture on this bit, aren't they nice? Yeah, if you need a picture on it, you'll come and take quickly, then we go. But allow me to thank the school and the head teacher as well, plus the rest of the teachers for this opportunity for us to present to you this program. I hope you picked up something. I hope there is something you learned. I hope there is some value we've added on to you. And I hope you people have also experienced something so valuable to you. I just thank you so much. Thank you, you people, for attending. They give us to be here every week. Possibly next week I'll be here. Thank you so much for coming. People online, thank you for being part of us here. And we thank those who have commented and given us their reactions. Goodbye. See you next week.